Hi, I'm Henry Lee of BlueHeronArts.com. Now I have a new project with seal engraving. A customer named Kenneth Farr asked me to translate his name into Chinese and carve it on the seal that he chose on our website. The last name Farr I translated as Fang, very close to a common Chinese surname, but in Chinese will come first. So this character here stands for Fang, and the first name Ken I translated as Kai, meaning standard, as in standard writing or standard calligraphy style, Kai Shu. This middle initial stands for Felton, and so we put another character starting with the initial F. I use Fa. In Chinese sequence, the name reads Fang Kai Fa, Fang Kai Fa, very close to his English name. And the last character here is a common character for seal, or in Chinese. So the in, the seal of Fang Kai Fa, Fang Kai Fa in. That's the Chinese name for Kenneth Farr. So I made a design on computer first to see the layout and some effects. Even with I painted in Photoshop with a mouse. So when I did it, I was using the red, and then I inversed it. Here I'm going to do a copy with brush first, and then transfer it to the stone. These characters are found in the dictionary of Chinese seal, ancient seals. You can see the first character, Fang, here. Has so many variations in slightly different style, but all in the seal script. The one I'm choosing is this one. It's more square because the character also means square. And the style I'm going to use is in negative carvings, like this one. You know, the character appear white against the red background in the printout. I have to study every character to choose the right styles so they match each other. The third character, meaning Fa, pronounced as Fa, actually stands for method, the standard method, meaning the Kai Fa, and this is the Fang means square. It's a Chinese surname, family name. This is a very common character in Chinese seal. It's called yin, the seal. And someone asked me before, what is EP? When it's written in the contemporary style, it looks like this. EP. I was confused. Eventually I figured out to please ask this correctly. The paper I'm using is called the tan paper, or rattan fiber paper. It's an ancient copy paper used specifically for copy and transfer. Okay, the first thing to prepare the stone, I need to sand it to get rid of the wax that comes with the stone. It's a polish, so get rid of that. And use a very fine sandpaper. Now I'm going to transfer this design onto the stone using the traditional way. First I wrap this tan paper with the design side facing the stone, the ink side facing the stone, and just wrap it. I'm using a piece of dampened rice paper with several layers of dampened rice paper with moisture, and just dab it, press it. Now I use a piece of dry rice paper as a protection paper on top of it, and use a pebble stone to press it, rubbing it. You rub it with a pebble stone. Now lift it carefully. You can lift all the paper together. Now we have traces of design on the stone, and you can enhance it with a permanent marker. As you can see, the image now is in mirror. It's flipped. You can see compared with the original design. And this one I did on computer. It's not very easy to write flipped or mirror image characters. That's why we need to have this transfer paper first. And then it will be easier to write or to trace. Now I'm ready to carve. I usually carve the margin to see how it feels like. This is Qingtian stone, relatively soft soapstone. This is very easy to carve, very good for beginners if you try to carve it yourself. So make the corner really round. We'll do that the last later. So I'll start from this fun. You can start from anywhere. Notice the direction of moving the knife is always along the one edge, which is the outside. Usually it's smooth. If my hand side, finger side is inside, so if there's one side rough and one smooth, you should pay attention on that. You can push or cut, just two movements. Cut means press down, and press forward, means push. And you need to use your ring finger to resist it on the opposite direction, so you give it a break. You will not lose control if you push. So two forces, one forward and one the opposite way. Pay special attention to corners. Should be not overcut or cut through. The other side of the line also smooth. Turn the stone if you want to make a round turn. That's why I don't use the holder, that tool, because I use finger to manipulate the stone when I carve. Some natural linkage of the stroke, happens. It's also part of the design. Just as you can see in this computer, when you select strokes, sometimes you also see this incomplete selections. That's very natural, so we purposely leave those connected. It's also like an imitation of ancient used seal, like antique, part of antique design idea to mimic the antique seal. Could be a rust effect or something. As you can see, the strokes, some are very crowded and some very sparse, so we purposely create this kind of dense and sparse contrast in our design to create rhythm. They're not just even, they create some kind of rhythm. The crowded part, the stroke is thinner, naturally. work on the last character in the seal. This is a very common character in Chinese seal, so you can use on your own if you like. Now I'm going to make a first test stand. So almost there. There are some minor adjustments, it will be done. So what I will do is this margin can be make sure the ink is all loaded. Then make sure the upside and downside, and press firmly. No move. Use your left hand, hold the paper when you lift. So you got the perfect stamp. And you can press harder to make the stroke narrower or lighter, depends on what your preference. So each print is a different artistic process. You know, it's different, so you can experiment with that. So now let's compare with the second version with the original computer design, the initial computer design. You notice the balance on this character, compared to the first character. This part needs to be more connected. So I'll make up this part now. The weight of whiteness needs to be balanced, so I will try to create that. And this is the idea that based on an antique look, you can knock the stone randomly, but in this case I'm not doing that. I will carefully make the rust part look like natural, but actually everything is under control. Now I'm making hopefully the final stamp next to the initial design. Yeah, I think this is it. Thank you for watching. If you need to make your own personalized stamp or name chop, please go to www.blueheronarts.com. Bye bye.